Cadiz feels different from many other Spanish coastal cities. Surrounded by the Atlantic Ocean and shaped by centuries of history, it combines a relaxed atmosphere with the charm of a compact medieval town. We spent almost a week there, discovering what makes the city so special. For a city of its size, Cadiz has a surprising amount to offer. Even after nearly a week, we still felt there was more left to discover. Despite being a popular destination, the city felt surprisingly relaxed and less focused on a typical beach or nightlife atmosphere compared to many Spanish coastal resorts. It's more of a place to slow down and watch daily life go by. The old town of Cadiz felt very compact, with narrow streets that make the city feel smaller than it really is. You can easily cross the old town in about an hour, and walking often feels like the most natural way to explore the city. It's the kind of place where stopping for an ice cream or a coffee becomes part of the walk, thanks to the many outdoor cafes scattered across the old town streets and squares. One of the most pleasant places to do that is Plaza de la Catedral, where the cathedral stands right on the edge of the square. The building almost feels if it belongs both to the city and to the sea at the same time. From here, you can hear the ocean in the distance, while seagulls circle overhead, so common in Cadiz, and they almost feel like part of the city itself. The square is also one of those places where everyday life unfolds naturally. Sometimes flamenco dancers perform here, turning an ordinary afternoon into something special. If you make your way up the cathedral's bell tower, you'll be rewarded with the different views of Cadiz. Rows of tightly packed houses create a surprisingly harmonious cityscape with hardly a tall building inside. The only structures that seem to break the skyline are the enormous cruise ships docked beyond the old town. One of the things we enjoyed most about Cadiz was how often the Atlantic makes its presence felt, whether through the ocean views or simply the breeze along the waterfront. And what would a coastal city be without a fish market? Right in the center of the city is Mercado Central de Abastos, one of the best places to experience Cadiz's connection to the sea. The market is packed with fresh seafood, from familiar fish to species many visitors may have never seen before. If you have access to a kitchen, it's a great place to shop for a dinner. Or you can simply try a few fresh oysters opened on the spot, and often surprisingly affordable. One afternoon, our walk through the old city was interrupted by a religious procession. Locals gathered in the streets as a statue of the Virgin Mary slowly made its way through the city, turning an ordinary day into something memorable. We later learned that the procession was part of the festival of Our Lady of Mercy, one of the city's traditional religious celebrations. One of the things we liked about Cadiz was how easy it was to explore the surrounding area. Within about an hour, a bus or train can take you to Jerez, Sanlúcar de Barrameda or El Puerto de Santa Maria, three towns that make up the famous Sherry Triangle. Back in Cadiz, it only takes a few minutes to leave the narrow streets behind and find yourself walking among gardens and palm trees along the Atlantic coast. The pace feels slower here, with shaded paths, ocean views, and plenty of places to pause for a moment. It's also one of those places where the sounds of birds and waves often replace the noise of the city. Following the oceanfront paths, it's easy to find yourself at Castillo de Santa Catalina, standing by the ocean with its old medieval walls. Today, it's a peaceful place to walk around and enjoy the views over the Atlantic. Not far from here is Castillo de San Sebastián, sitting out on the water and reached by a long walkway from the old town. Together, these two fortresses once helped protect Cadiz from attacks at sea. Today they remain some of the city's most recognizable landmarks. In the evening, people come here for a walk and to catch the Atlantic breeze as the day slows down. Between the two fortresses is Playa de La Caleta, a small beach with soft sand and a pavilion facing the Atlantic. In summer, it becomes a lovely spot for swimming, sunbathing and enjoying the ocean breeze, and can fill up quickly on warm days. No matter where you spend the end of the day, in the gardens, among the old streets, or by the ocean, Cadiz feels different at sunset. The heat fades, the sky turns vibrant with colors, and the city slowly grows quieter, leaving only the sound of the waves in the background.